think tonight is going to be very, very exciting. I think it's going to be interesting to see how the really skilled Italians and the Japanese are going to be, having a fight which could be the finals, in my opinion.
Yeah, it's definitely one of the possible, definitely between final or semi-final. This one. Are you all good to watch the race? Do you need any help for that? Yeah.
No,
Okay.
I am good. Just
Okay.
logging in.
No worries. 20 seconds to the start. Italy versus Japan. Lorenzo Sorrenti, 42, and Anna Kucha Pimpi against Kazuki, the new star of the Japanese eSailing, and Kanako. 3, 2, 1, and start. Probably Pimpi. Yeah, Pimpi. Early start for her. This is can be a trouble for the Italians. What do you think about this kind of start for the Italians at the moment?
Oh, I think it's going to be very interesting to see if they can fight back a little bit.
Yeah,
But it's a long race.
yeah, it just started, and we know that Star are the kind of boat that allow you to come back in this kind of race. Kazuki is going away a little bit solo in this moment, not helping Kanako that is being covered, and Lorenzo is actually on her bow, try to give her some trouble, do not allow her to tack, and now opening the space for attack from Pimpi, but Pimpi didn't tack. So in this way, Lorenzo is carrying Kanako over the ley line, and he actually can bring her all the way away from the important part that is nearby Anna. Kanako should free herself with a jibe here or even here. Lorenzo with attack. Allow her to come in
I think that's a
and
very nice.
yeah. What do you
I
think?
think it's a very nice move by Lorenzo.
Yeah, it is.
Lorenzo is the type of player who can make the difference in these kind of races. So I would say that's definitely a way of getting Pimpy back into the race in a
Yep.
nice way.
And
So
at the
looking
moment
forward to see.
is one for Kazuki, then the two Italian with Lorenzo on Kanako, and then we start with the offsets of this N-shaped course, the new course made by Virtual Regatta, making sure that we are having the more realistic team race that we can possibly have.
And
Um,
now it's going to be tight here with the overlap. What do you think? If you were in Lorenzo's case here, would you dare
uh,
to go down or?
yeah, actually, Kanako was scared to be overlapped, but do not understand why she released the sail, helping in this way Lorenzo. And right now, covering Pimpy is, I believe, the right move to make sure that they all stick together. And Lorenzo understood that and tried to get Pimpy as far away as possible to make sure that she do not have the possibility to be close with
No, I
them.
think this is yeah, I think this is very nice played so far by Lorenzo. He's really doing what he should be doing for his teammates. He managed
Mm-hmm.
to save them from the first upwind. Now it looks like he's going to be able to push Kanako a little bit away also. So
Yeah,
I like the way that Lorenzo is playing right now. I think it's good.
yeah, I totally agree. And actually, Kanako tried to free herself, but I believe they're really, really close with Lorenzo, and she just needed to stay close with him. And to be honest, there is a big battle between Pimpi and Kazuki, penalty Kazuki. Kazuki is
Yeah.
really fast, but is not, I believe, really skilled on the 1v1. And at the moment
Mm.
is trying his best.
Yeah,
And now he's waiting
and I
for
think this is
Lorenzo.
yeah, I think that's sort of the right move a little bit because it looks like it's quite far, kind of big different distance between Lorenzo and Kanako, and well, Kanako needs to catch Lorenzo sooner or
Yep.
later if they're gonna have a good chance.
To be honest, I will have waited until the upwind. I will not have chased Lorenzo here because if you get a penalty in this downwind or in the next reaching leg, you do not have a backup move. So this move is insanely risky for Kazuki, and he need to be extra careful about what he's doing.
Yeah, and now we get to see here. Maybe Katsuki can manage this. Ooh, yes, that's a little turnaround.
Yeah,
But Italians have an insurance in Pimpy, so let's see how they manage to play this one.
yeah, and now it's important to understand how actually PMP is going to work. Is she giving a penalty now, or she is trying to free Lorenzo for the next one, or she make a horrible mistake and run the mark in the wrong way, kind of thing.
Everything can happen, as we've seen in a few other races that
Yeah,
can be really interesting. Lorenzo is caught up there a little bit.
yeah, but he doesn't
Ooh,
have the overlap on Kazuki. Look at the Japanese
no,
amazing
exactly.
maneuver. He
Yeah.
avoid the Pimpy, and now it's tough for the Italians.
And this is a very interesting race. You know, we're getting thrown back and forth all the time, and
Yeah,
especially with the right shift coming in now, it looks like it's going to be interesting. We'll see. It looks like it's a bit hard for Pipe to keep up there with Katsuki.
yeah.
So she's
Kanako
tacking
is
right now.
stacking amazingly over there.
From now, I'm getting the feeling that the Japanese are controlling this race,
Yeah,
unfortunately for the Italians. But it's been a very interesting race. Very
yeah,
interesting with the big shifts back and forth with all the boats and so on.
yeah, absolutely.
So was this what you expected? A tight race, lots of things happening so far.
Yeah, I really expect this kind of stuff. I will expect a narrow win for the Italians, but even here, foiled Pontus that was here with us says 4-3 Japan this time. Chris Oak says 4-3 Italy. So, this is a nice things. And even the comments in the chat tell us the race will be tough.
I think even though the Japanese won, I would say the Italian team did a great job.
Yeah,
A little bit unfortunate in the end there, but both teams were playing it really nicely. I was very impressed by them.
yeah, I totally agree. Next race will be at 2012, so in 2 minutes.
The
Uh,
only Italian player I would like to put into this one is actually Pildo, but he's hiding somewhere sometimes.
yeah, exactly. I'm
No, but I
always
agree.
hiding here. It's a nice place to hide,
The
to be honest.
yeah. No, but the team is looking strong, the Italians, but then again, you have to deliver in the end. But
Yeah,
some players like Luka Koslovic and Lorenzo are the ones who can save you
yeah,
if you're in trouble. But also like Mui Mui it's a wonderful e-sailor. We are
yeah.
really looking forward to see what Mui Mui can do in this case.
And we saw that Kazuki, there is a reason why he was the first on the ranking, why is going to the World Championship this year, and all the things show us that he is the player to beat this time.
Yeah. And now it's 30 seconds to the start. Getting
Yeah,
tight.
Can you tell us about the racing area? I believe there is a left wind shift coming, so probably the boat will be looking for a start nearby the pin end. And if I
Yeah,
have to be frankly honest, at the moment seems a good start for Italy because they have two already in position, except Amos Di Benedetto that is not going to start really soon. But over here we have, I believe, a good start for Italy. And let's see if there is a penalty for Luka Kozlovic. No, but there is a penalty for Yuko, and Italy has 1-2 with a left wing shift coming on, and let's see what's going to happen with the Japanese.
ooh, there was a pen.
Yeah, he tried to avoid the penalty FIV rock against Ivario, but he didn't manage to do it. Oh, and
And
another
here
one
comes another
here.
one. Oof, that's tough. That's tough.
A double pen here is really, really killing the Italians. And let's see what's going to happen on the next one.
Yeah. So it's gonna be interesting to see how they're gonna be doing now because your left shifts should be here right now,
Mm-hmm.
and we have the Japanese far on the left side, but it's slowly coming into the more center now. The one furthest away
Yeah.
should be going a little bit just ahead of Amos and FI Rock there. So
I think a big
well,
gift from Mui Mui because he could have been covering Amos Di Benedetto all the way to the left because of the wind shift coming. Most important things for the Italians is to stay close. What do you think? To do not lose the last one? Do you think they can manage to
yeah,
do that?
yes, because I totally agree that because with this boat it's so much faster that you really need to keep it close compared to the Star. We have a longer like distance where you can throw the bad air, looking
Yeah.
at it in seconds of sailing. So this one is definitely something. But I think with Luka Koslovic up in the top, everything is up for grabs. Everything can happen. And the Japanese distance, which they got to the next boats, is not that far. It's yeah. We shall see a little bit here. Oh, there's a pen.
Ooh,
Friendly fire.
that
Friendly
friendly
fire.
fire is really costly because at the moment, Rock and Amos Di Benedetto can take off the last position and get for the
Yes.
win.
Yeah. And this is basically what happens when you are giving a small little finger to such a good players. They grab the entire hand from you.
Yeah.
And now it's difficult because Luka Koslovic is running away. There's no way for the other guys to cover him. It's almost 90 meters. So
I think
I think the Japanese need to.
will be a good things for Amos Di Benedetto to take Ivario away out of the game and let FIV Rock to get a little bit more distance, making sure that you do not have any issue over there and making sure that they're going to win.
And now Mui Mui is gonna have an interesting fight here with FIV Rock. So we shall see
Uh,
how it goes.
to be honest, it's really risky from a Mui perspective because in the moment you lose the third, you are going to be in trouble. And at the moment, he's losing the third and not to FIV Rock because FIV Rock is doing an amazing job covering Mui Mui, but from Amos Di Benedetto because he is flying away, not covered by anyone. And actually, Mui Mui opened the door to Amos Di Benedetto third position. And now Yuko is in FIV Rock is 2v1 trying
Yeah,
to catch at least one position to make sure that they will be in a better position. And you look at Amos Di Benedetto, what he did, an
very
amazing
nicely
job
done.
there. Yeah,
Yeah,
and I believe this one will seal the deal for Italians.
yeah. Yeah, it's going to be very, very hard now for the Japanese to be able to catch up with this because
Yeah,
they're a little bit ahead now, almost on Luka Koslovic, and they are brilliant players. They're not the ones who make the big mistakes. But
yeah,
it's not over until we're at the finish line, so we shall see. But it's looking very, very nice for the Italians right now.
yeah. This is exactly what I meant before when I says you needed to have that kind of backup on the upwind. At the moment, with Amos Di Benedetto catching the second position, Yuko cannot do nothing anymore, and the Japanese team is really at risk. If he
Yeah.
kept the second position during the upwind, he could cover Amos Di Benedetto that was in third. He could try to give him a penalty with a dial down and stuff like that. I believe they were a little bit naive, the Japanese in this part of the race, and kudos to the Italians that did an amazing job to make it um, making the tie 1-1
Yeah.
against the Japanese, unless someone on the right is coming really fast and take the position.
Yeah, no, I think the one on the right is a little bit too far away
Yeah.
with his.
Uh, just to let you know, from the other racing area, we have France against Germany. First point for the French.
That's like the battle of the neighbors.
Yeah, exactly.
So almost like when Sweden and Finland are fighting, or Sweden and Norway, or Sweden and Denmark. That's our neighbor fights.
Yeah.
But it's a win for the Italians. Very nicely played there by Luka Koslovic, managed to get away, but especially I would say Amos and Rocco Guerra, they were doing a brilliant job.
Yeah, I totally agree with you. Amazing job by Amos Di Benedetto on sneaking in that part. I believe the mistake done by Rocco Guerra in the start were really, really costly. They need to be sure that they do not do the same mistakes again, because that one can cost a lot if you go ahead in the race. To be honest, big mistake also from the Japanese team. So it's really hard to say um, who to blame, because a lot of mistake was being done, and this one actually make the race more exciting for us. What do you think?
Yes, I agree. And sometimes it looks like you do a mistake, but it could also be your opponent. It's so good that it looks like a silly mistake, but it's actually the opponent is stressing you, forcing you to do these errors and stuff like this. So yeah, and the Japanese team are really really skilled, these sailors. So I believe that they are going to be hopefully bouncing back a little bit now,
Mm-hmm.
but racing against guys like Amos and Luke and Rocco is it's tough. If you give them a little finger, they're gonna catch the entire.
So going back to the chat, thank you Mood One for the follow. Ciao Gatto, well done for the Japanese, but Italian going to win this evening. Gli schiaffi dei Japanese, the Japanese like hit them hard in the first race. Lineup strategy question: would you want a stronger player racing first to get point on the board and hope for a win in the 99, as that's a more of a cluster and anything can happen? To be honest, on the 9v9, my strategy will be the following: having someone that is more skilled in fleet race is a big advantage on the 9v9 and the 5v5, and probably also in the F50 race, rather than more skilled people on the team race. I will put them in 2v2, 3v3, and 4v4. What's your thought about that, Christian?
Yeah, I also agree, and in my opinion also is that if you have a couple of strong players, it shows much more in the 2 versus 2, 3 versus 3, and 4 versus 4,
Hmm.
because it's more about the specific players. So if you have some players who are not as skilled or as experienced, I think you can get away a little bit better with it when you do the 9 versus 9, because for me at least, the 9 versus 9 sometimes it's a bit of a mess.
Yeah,
So yeah, I would probably put my top players in the 2 versus 2, 3 versus 3, and 4 versus 4.
yeah.
And as you said, more fleet race players in the 9 versus 9, which we historically can see in Sweden. We had Wild Singh, who was our first Swedish champion. He was kicking ass in the 10 versus 10 back then in Aces Cup.
Hmm.
But in the 2 versus 2 and 3 versus 3, he wasn't really that strong. So follows your advice for the future for the
Yeah.
team leaders. Well, now we got 28 seconds.
Yeah, and this one is a tough call at the moment, to be honest, because it seems the Italian are a little bit better even in this one. It depends if Amos get a penalty. Yes, Amos get another penalty on the start. The cards swap a little bit for this start, but not that much, to be honest. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and double penalty for the Japanese, one for the Italians. Let's see what's going to happen. Ooh,
Another
big mistake
penalty.
from Kazuki.
Yes. Doesn't matter how much you want to be attacking there, you need to be a little bit on the safe side. But I would
Exactly.
say it's definitely not over. This is still lots to fight for.
Yeah. To be honest, having a Tommy Tumble and Amos Benetto in the lead give you a fair advantage because Lorenzo 42 is really, really tough guy in the team race. So in that case, it is really, really hard to have the last two with a player like 42, Lorenzo Sorrenti. Movimento 5 Nodi is another fast player. Um, so I will believe that if Tommy Tumble and Movimento 5 Nodi were in the lead and Amos Di Benedetto and Lorenzo were in the back, was a better combo for the Italians, but I believe still pretty good.
Mm.
Risky maneuver
Mm.
over there from Amos Di Benedetto and penalty to KUYC that allow Lorenzo to get the third position, and I believe Movimento 5 Nodi will have a lot of fun. No, yes, no. They try the tack. They fake the tack to make sure that they can like going around and mess up with opponents. At the moment, I believe Movimento 5 Nodi want to stay behind Kazuki and just bother him all the way, all the downwind. He doesn't have to risk anything. He needed to continue to tack like this. Let him going left and right, and so when the downwind starts, that one will become fun. What do you think?
Yeah, I think it's sounds pretty good. What I really actually like, a position which I personally like, is the position of movimento, because your job is basically to be destroying as much as possible
Yeah.
for the other ones. You're gonna wreak havoc. It's like go wild, do as much as you can.
Hmm.
I really like that position, actually more than being in Amos or T. Tamble or Lorenzo's position now. I think
Yeah.
it's a bit more fun.
Yeah, that's why we are not a good team together because we love the same position. Making havoc in the back is fundamental, especially if you have one and two. And so, what he needs to do is wait for Kazuki to jibe again, jibing on his sail, and take a big distance between him and the group of the top three.
And Lorenzo on the other side, he is in a big fight now for his entire downwind, feels like, against KYC and KGR.
Yeah,
And we must say that yeah, Lorenzo is a good player, but also KGR is a master of the
yeah.
eSailing. So
I believe it will
could be
be
interesting.
his definitely his second consecutive final that is going to Stockholm after
Yeah.
in Alicante he was not there, but he was in Trieste for the first time, and he will be again with actually with Lorenzo and Kazuki in Stockholm in 10 days. No, 12 days.
Yeah.
So I believe this is an early start for that kind of match. But as you can see, Lorenzo managed to be taken back to the back of the fleet. Lorenzo did not do an amazing job. He is one of the faster sailor. I told you it was not easy for him to battle. He's not like us. So
No, but he's but fighting KGR is difficult. It's a bit like Luka Koslovic. You give them the small finger and he's gonna grab your entire arm,
yeah.
maybe even your leg. Who knows?
But to be honest, Movimento 5 Nodi did an amazing job giving a penalty and tried to run away as he should. And Lorenzo right now he is in trouble against two, but he's still in the lead. He's an wow, amazing
Oh,
player, Lorenzo here.
wow. Yeah, and Lorenzo's got the advantage towards both of them. But look at this. Someone's managed to sneak away underneath almost.
Yeah,
Lorenzo is a little bit in trouble right now.
he's more than a little bit in trouble. But actually, Movimento 5 Nodi managed to sneak out a little bit, and now he's waiting to make a mark trap against the other two. So he allowed Lorenzo to go in.
Oh, Lorenzo got a pen.
Yeah, but doesn't matter.
That could be costly.
Movimento 5 Nodi needed to fix on one player behind and try to slow him down as much as possible, or like he did now, sneak away and go as fast as he can.
But this looks like the what Lorenzo was doing in the first race with basically carrying away was it Kanako then, all the way.
Yeah,
It could end up like this for Movimento also, but we shall see. It's anyway a very interesting race also.
Amos Di Benedetto is actually coming back to give some help.
Yeah,
But like a weird maneuver here, like a jibe from Movimento 5 Nodi when the right wheel shift is coming. That is pretty soon. This can change a little bit of the game.
yeah. But they are getting close to the ley line now. He has to come up with something soon. Oh, you can see some laughing there. Tight, tight, tight. Oh, it's gonna make it. Yeah,
Yeah,
there
he
can be
forced
tag from the
Kazuki,
Japanese.
and now it's tough, but I believe is doable for the Italians. To be honest, I'm not sure yet.
Yeah, I think it could be interesting to see because also Lorenzo is still ahead of Kazuki.
Yeah,
We need to remember that, at least in the in-game ranking. So
yeah. It depends. If the left wing shift is coming, there is a massive left wing shift coming, and Lorenzo can avoid like KGR, maybe. But to be honest, look pretty grim at the moment for the Italians. With Kazuki coming with a spinnaker, super fast, and is point Japan. Oh, no, no,
no,
no!
no, point
Actually,
Italy.
point Italy. Kazuki missed the finish line for less than half a second. And Lorenzo
That's
sneak
right.
in and get the sixth position. So 1, 2, 6, 8. And Italian goes 17-19 in this match. Did you expect that?
No, I would say you can't be expecting too much in these races because they're so tight. There's so much stuff happening all the time, and I think Kazuki did a brilliant job getting Movimento all the way out there.
Yeah.
But he went a little bit too far, and maybe Kid Yar should have gone down trying to cover um, Lorenzo a little bit earlier.
Hmm.
So giving him like almost reaching down a little bit. But it's easy to say for us sitting here on the side watching the races without being too stressed. When you're in the game, it's a completely different story sometimes.
Yeah, I totally agree.
Oh,
Is
the teams are looking strong. They're bringing out their big guns right now.
Yeah. Do you want to introduce them?
Oh, I think you know the Italians much better than I do, but looking at the Japanese team, Moi Moi, super strong player. Usoi, also strong player. Kid Yar, yeah, we know where he's going in 12 days. And also
Yeah.
Vegas is a brilliant both organizer and eSailer. He actually was visiting us in Stockholm a couple of months ago, so very very nice guy, and yeah, we're looking forward to look at a great match now. And how about the Italian team?
Italian
What's
team
the secret?
have Tommy Tumble, champion of team race 2023. Have FIV Rock Italian Team Racing Champion 2022, I believe. Lisa 71 Team Race Champion 2024. Charizard Team Racing Champion, Italian Team Racing Champion 2023, and Moro di Napoli. That he is the winner of the ranking in 2023, and he also won like the eSailing. He won the spot for the eSailing and to go to San Francisco. 30 seconds
Mm.
to the start. What you can
So
tell us
what are we?
about what we're looking now?
I'm looking at the left shift with this boat. To me, it looks like the Italians having a nice position if they're not too early, but definitely in the little bit ahead. But it's a couple of seconds. Let's see how much havoc the Japanese can create.
Yeah, a lot of penalty to be honest to all the Italian except Tommy Tumble.
Yeah. Oh, see, that was nicely played by the Japanese because the Italians were a few seconds too early, and you have to stop your boat, and you are a sitting duck from boats coming from behind trying to luff you.
First
So
penalty for the Japanese to Ozil. I believe Italy put a lot of fast racer in this race, and this could be tricky because offshore boat is a boat that where you need to give penalty whenever you can, and this one I believe will be a kind of problem for the Italian. And right
yeah.
now the point seems really.
Ooh, was it just me, or was a small lag happening there
I am not sure to be
for
honest.
Moro di Napoli? Maybe
Yeah, that
looking
give
a
the
bit funny.
penalty to Ozil, right?
Yeah, exactly. That unfortunately happens sometimes, not very often,
Second penalty
but
to the Italians. Oh, what happened?
question. Someone is struggling a little bit, I guess,
Rocco
with
missed
their
the mark.
mics.
Rocco missed the mark.
Oh no.
Yeah, that's really bad news for the Italian. And I believe you remember with 1-2-5 you're going to win. 1-4 you're going to win.
Yes.
1-5, and at the
And friendly
moment,
fire between T. Tamil and Charizard also.
yeah.
Uh, looking a bit tough for the Italians. 1, 2, 3 for the Japanese.
Especially
Painful.
because the 1-2-3 Japanese are really far away. To be honest, amazing start from Team Japan on this race. And do you think we will see a major change in the lead.
Another friendly fire.
Another friendly fire. No,
Yeah.
it was not Mui
I'm,
Mui.
I'm no.
Okay.
Uh, yeah, sorry, it was Mui Mui. Yeah, that is true. So for me, it looking like the Italians won't be able to catch the top three, and that's gonna make it really, really hard for them. Uh, because the Japanese are sailing very nicely.
Yeah.
They have a lead of 100 plus meters, and even if you can cover them a little bit, the downwind is almost done for all the top three boats, which is right now. Then it's
Yeah.
just upwind, and passing someone in upwind in this boat, that's difficult.
And another penalty to FIV Rock. There is really bad
Fight with
connection.
Moonway.
Yeah, look at the connection of Velista 71 missing the
Yeah,
mark. Moro di Napoli, same issue.
yeah,
Some connection issue for the Italians.
yeah. And that's the sad story of it sometimes. But also we must say the top three Japanese,
Yeah,
they're sailing beautiful.
I
Uh,
believe the not connection problem cannot be used as an issue here. Even
no, it's sure it's not very nice when it's happening, but we must say that Vegas, KGR, and JPN 985 has been sailing beautiful in this race.
yeah,
Uh, I would say it's been the first big win even in this match. The other ones have been really really tight, but this one was after the first reach. It looked like the Japanese were just pulling away, sort of. So
yeah.
yeah, a little bit of surprise because the Italians had a strong team.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes it doesn't go all the way. Sometimes bumps on the road happens. But I'm sure they're going to have a good opportunities. It's three more races coming up, so
Yeah. 4, 5, 6, 7. We are waiting for Mui Mui and Rocco to arrive, but so 8 and 9 for Rocco and 10 for Uzwil. And we are fine with the scoring here. I believe I can show you. Probably we can start at 44. So, we saw a lot of different races today.
mm,
What do you think we should expect for the 9v9 that will be the madness race?
yes, I think we're looking at something that's in the audience. They're gonna love it, but as a player, your head is gonna be messed up. It's gonna be so much stuff happening non-stop, and yeah, really looking at big madness in this kind of way. But if you can control the madness, you're gonna be coming out on top most likely.
Yeah. And are you hyped up enough for the 9v9 now? Because for the 9v9, you need to be ready to see all of the issues that we can see, all the penalty that can happen, and definitely we will have a lot of them. Just remember, 9v9 is with the 49er with a lot of wind, and that um, it's a nice things to see. So I believe we will be looking for an amazing race right now.
Could be a very interesting race.
Few seconds to the start, I see that now there are 18 people in the game, and 10 seconds to the start, everybody's in. Let me check that everybody is still in. Everybody is looking nice and smooth. And let's go for race number 5, 9v9 49er.
Yes. So what's your your way to success in these kind of madness races? How
So
would you play it?
it's a fleet race where you do not have to give the penalty to all the people you see, but just the one in in the other color. If you treat it like this, you are going to excel, especially if you have a strong fleet sailor. Both of the team has really strong sailor. 85 points is the threshold, and as you can understand, on with 18 boats, having the last 3 or 4 position is really costly. Costs
Mm-hmm.
more than having a lot of position in the middle. So making sure who will be the top 9 is really important, but the most important things are the bottom 4. If they're all from one country, that country is doomed to lose. 13 seconds to the start. Looking at the racing line, a little bit early. Left wing shift is coming. Big pressure over there. 3, 2, 1. Sorry, and go.
Yes. Oh, there are a couple of pens, but not so many as expected, I would say. And now when people are attacking, oof,
Yeah.
tight.
Velisa 71 didn't manage to cross, but Luka Kozlovic did. At the moment, we have, I believe, kind of a tie over there. One, two, three, four. Four Italian, 5 Japanese. The problem are in the bottom four. They're 2-2. So I believe we are like 90 Italian, 70 78, 77 Japan. So a small lead for the Japanese team. One penalty can change everything.
So it's a lot to play for.
Yeah.
And playing the shifts, getting the pressure, stay away from pens, that's the basic that you need to be doing. And how do you stay away from the penalties in this kind of madness?
Try to avoid the area with the most player. Try to go like Luka Kozlovic in the lead early starts. And if you are stuck in the back, go all the way to the right hand side, for example, like Mascalzone Sabino, that he went to an area where not many racers are, and so you can sneak up in third position after. Do not tack too much, go fast, and try to do not slow down too much. I believe there is a small mistake by Luka Kozlovic at the moment that I'm not sure if he can keep the first position against Totexi. What do you think here?
It's definitely going to be tight. Depends on. Oh, now we're going to see. That was Luka Koslovic getting a small pen.
But
But
also penalty
also,
for Ema in the back.
yeah. So, yeah. So Taxi is taking off,
Yeah,
but hunted by Mascalone, which he said did a really good one
yeah.
with a idea.
So
So,
there are a couple of Italians. There is a group of Japanese. So a little bit of a mark trap by Luka Kozlovic, so allowing Tommy Tumble to get a position. Another penalty for Vegas. Kanako also over there risking something. And Moro Di Napoli not performing really well in this fleet. Japan still have the first position, but the Italian have second, third, and fourth. And risky position now for the Italian because they have 16 and 17. Still a tight race, I believe. there is a small swap between Japan and Italy. Probably Japan with a fewer point more than Italy, so Italy is going to win at the moment the race. What do you think?
I think that sounds pretty fair. It's going to be interesting to see also Ivario versus Charizard. They are the two tight fighters at the moment. Charizard is getting some support from Mascalzone, Sambino,
Mm-hmm.
so we'll see. Feels like they're trying to push the Japanese a little bit to the left side. Maybe it's a little bit less breeze over there. So, because I
To
don't feel that any of the teams feeling safe right now. It's
yeah, uh,
all to play for.
to be honest, right now I want to change my opinion. Italy have a bigger lead because Japan has the last four position with Vegas, JP 985, Oswil, and Kanako in the last four position 35, 40, 50. 66 point only these four players 77 88 89 96 for the Japan 100 for Japanese, so it's a 15-point margin for Japan. Italy needed to lose a lot now to lose this match.
It's looking good for the Italians, especially when you have such a nice team spirit. You know, they're helping each other with the small details here and there. So yeah, it's at the moment it's looking good for them. We'll see if they manage to carry it all the way. But I think Ivario is having a tough time there towards Charizard and T Tamble. It's really tough to have those players around you fighting. But
Yeah,
it's coming a downwind.
nothing is yet set on stone. And let's see what Pimpy can do. Pimpy sneak up in seventh position. Two penalties, one for Movimento 5 Nodi, one for Velista 71. Wow,
And there
five
was
penalties at the moment. A big
yeah, and there was
madness
a
in the back.
small yeah, it was a small friendly Japanese fire over there also. So it's tricky. But now let's see where the world takes them. It's the downwind, and yeah, we can see here that Totexi is really fighting hard with Luca to
Yeah,
see, and Mascalzone there, and see how they're gonna end up.
yeah. I
Because at the
believe
moment,
now is who is best at doing math is going to win, because Italy have three position in the lead but have two position in the back. Uh, I believe it's pretty tight, like 80, 88, 80, both around the 80 mark. So I believe it will be a tough one.
for sure, and comes the Italians, and they managed to sneak away there. There's Luka Koslovic. He's gonna win the race, I think.
Yeah. So Luka Kolovic has the first, second for Tommy Tambo. Then we have
I feel that the Italians are strong right now.
to be honest, I believe it's pretty tight. I believe they're both around the 90, the 80 points. To be honest, it's really difficult to see it. So let me do the calculus. Can you tell us more about this downwind? Because I do
Oh,
not
downwind
understand
was
how they were so far away and now they came out so close. I miss something about it.
really tightly played by Luka Koslovic. In the end, managed to sneak away and pass Totexi. Well, Totexi was fighting with Charizard and Mascalzone and T Tamble. I think that would have pushed it a little bit to the Italian advantage, in my opinion. But you got the numbers. Lots of Japanese in the middle, but the top three, even if you look at top five, four of them are Italians. So I'm leaning towards the Italy did it just a little bit better. Wild guess 5 points, but you have the numbers, so I trust you're gonna be able to tell us very soon how it was.
Yeah, but the points do not count right. I'm not sure why. We have fourth Taxi, six Aima. I probably made mistake one. Yeah, one, two, three. Yeah, yeah. Because the sum didn't work. So Italy 79, Japan 92. So 6 point lead for the Italian in this race. So pretty tight. What do you think?
And this is what I love with these races. It sometimes feels a little bit like a madness, but it makes it very interesting to watch them. When you look at the races and you follow it in a nice way, you could be enjoying it as a player. Lots of nerves,
Yeah.
sometimes a little bit almost stress, but yeah, I think it's brilliant because even though I must admit that most of the e-sailors are men, I think it's very interesting. We got some really skilled female players now. We even gonna have two of them at the World Finals in 12 days. So I really feel
Mm-hmm.
that this has been lifting them up to the next level when they get to really push hard and everybody needs to help out and coach each other and so on. So yeah, I think it's a brilliant idea. And looking at Pimpi versus Kanako is two of the top female players in the world.
Mm-hmm.
It's going to be very interesting to see this little fight.
Yeah. 1 minute to the start to this race number 6 out of 7 at the moment. In the other racing area, France is leading 4-0 against Japan. What do you think about the points from France and Japan
Oh,
and
I
France and
am.
Germany? Sorry, France 4-0 Germany versus France.
Oh, the Germans are really bringing it home, or
No,
that's.
no, France for German 0.
Yeah. I was a bit surprised because, in my opinion, the top three teams are Italy, Japan, and France. They are the guys I
Yep.
think is going to be three out of four teams in the semifinals.
Mm-hmm.
But you still have to go all the way and winning your matches and so on. Feels like Germany has been historically very strong with Roxy Junior, for example. They
Mm-hmm.
still have some really strong players, but not sure if they are as strong as they were a few years ago.
Mm-hmm.
Well, we shall see. France has a brilliant team with Acer, Alex Kay, they have Julie Fra, and all of these ones. It's
Yeah.
incredible. So, but now we're 50 seconds almost
Yep.
to our own race here.
Well, we have Lorenzo and Amos Di Benedetto. Amos did not perform well in the last few races and is like a negative surprise. But everyone is hope in Italy for a redeem from him. And Lorenzo is always a shining star in the Italian world. What you can tell us about the Japanese?
Oh, Katsuki is the young gun who is going to be. I think Kazuki is looking quite strong now, but they're a little bit stuck here on the first in the first start. The Italians are dominating it. I thought the Japanese would do it just a little bit better, but no.
Amazing start from Italy with 1, 2, 3. Pimpi
Yeah.
in the lead and penalty for Yuko. So I believe Kanako is the only one who can do something about it. And at the moment, I would say it will be really, really tough for the Japanese with a start like that.
Yes, especially with Katsuki, who is my top player in this version of the Japanese team,
Mm-hmm.
getting pulled out all the way on the side by Lorenzo. And Lorenzo is, as you said, such a good player. He's not gonna let Katsuki come. Oh, Lorenzo tacked, actually giving some space to Katsuki.
Yeah.
That's a small game changer, but maybe he's gonna be able to go back now.
Yeah, mistake from Pimpy, I believe.
Yeah, I agree. They let Katsuki get away kind of nicely over there.
Yeah. Even Kanako is now is they're both covered. Even Yuko is not in an ideal position, but there's not a lot of wind. As you can see, Kazuki is going only 5 knots, 5.96 knots for Lorenzo. So 1 knot difference between the two players here. Amos Di Bennett is definitely catching up. He will be staying in the back, allowing Lorenzo and Pimpy to fly away. And because Amos is one of the fighter, he is really strong in that kind of part. But the other
And
two
now,
need to run away.
now it looks like I would say it should be a mark trap, but almost got the pen himself.
Yeah,
That's painful.
yeah, he needs to do better, Amos, because that one was a risky maneuver. And this can jeopardize the whole race. To be honest, he can also try to fight with Kanako keeper in the back and making sure they do not get the last position, and Lorenzo needs to cover Pimpy. Another mistake from Amos that's really not understandable is not same player we used to be seeing before. To be honest, now Pimpy is kind of safe because in the moment someone is going to her, Amos is going to jibe over. Look, this is what Amos used to show us, anticipating the jibe in the right moment. Look at the battle between Lorenzo and Kazuki, where Lorenzo managed to sneak out and
Yeah.
still keeping the position. Penalty to Kazuki.
Yes. Now they seems to be
Major
struggling a
lag
little bit.
here.
Yeah. For me, it's tricky with a lag because you are definitely suffering, but you have to not anticipate it, but yeah, it's tricky. But Lorenzo is playing it nicely now against Yuko. Uh, they are having a little private fight there
Yeah.
to see.
Pimpy is flying away with the first position. And now the battle is open. Ooh, another lag here.
Yes, and how much I hate these lags. We can at least find a small glimpse of something positive in the way that it turns tables sometimes
Yeah,
in interesting way for the audience. Otherwise, it's something you want to avoid, sort of.
yeah,
And now we have Lorenzo, who's going to be giving the pen, I think, in a few seconds. Oh, no, 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 no. Let's see. Yeah, there came the pen.
yeah.
Ah, painful pen
That
for
was really,
Yuko.
really close. That was really, really close.
Yeah. And now we have Pimpy just running away. So the Japanese. Ooh, is it another lag or something? He was making a little turn there, Lorenzo.
I don't think was a lag. I think was a proper
Uh,
mistake that one.
yeah,
Because to be honest, I do not understand why they are fighting so much with kind of some issue like this. And another
that
penalty
was a
from Amos Di
nice.
Benedetto on Kanako. Amazing job from the Italian player here. Getting the third position, and now Kazuki needs to do something to block him. He is going from the inside, he's dropping the kite, he's wreaking havoc between Japanese line.
Yeah. And now it's all up to Katsuki. What can Katsuki do versus Amos? Who would you bet on is going to be coming out on top? Because that's the fight of this race.
This one will be a tough one. I Amos Di Benedetto needed to bring the fight to Kanako, give her a penalty, and try to get the third position.
Mm. But still, if Amos can stay away from the penalties, actually could be possible for him to go on Yuko. But
Yeah,
yeah, I think Kanako is more in the reach, more possible. And there's coming, guess what? The right shift arriving.
yeah. Let's
Nice and
see
slow.
the
And here comes
down.
the down. Yes! Ooh, Kanako! And there's a second pen. Oh no, this is opening a lot of doors for a lot of stuff that could happen.
Yeah, another attack from probably from Amos coming up. Where is going Amos?
No, Amos is going down. Now it seems a bit tricky for the Italian team, I must admit.
Yeah,
Very nicely played there by Katsuki.
yeah,
But also in Pimp's position, it's not much more you can do than finish first because the first spot is so important.
yeah,
So you sort of sometimes have to trust Amos and Lorenzo, but it's difficult. And Katsuki, Kanako, and Yuko, they're brilliant eSailors. So
yeah. This is bringing the point to Japanese. So we're actually going on a 3-3 situation. To be
yeah,
honest, even with the opportunities created by the lag, I believe the Italians should have done better, especially at the first mark, and because that one was pretty a bad mistake on that part.
yeah,
Um,
and it's always. I think it's always a sad story with those things, but sometimes you have to, not dig too, put it too much into your head.
mhm.
You have to try to focus, try to push forward, even though it's difficult, it's hard, but it's yeah, you have to keep your focus and your head at the right spot. Sometimes it's the same like when you're sailing, you accidentally drop a kite into the water. It's not very
Mhm.
nice, but you gotta get up on the horse again, uh, focus on the important part, and push hard. And we have a F50 race, which is gonna be the final, most important race of the day, right?
Yeah, is the 3v3, the last match of the race.
And the score is what?
Is a 3-3. So, it's
Amazing.
pretty
In my
tough, right?
opinion, it's amazing. I really have enjoyed these races so far.
Hmm.
It's very tight. It's very skilled, these sailors. I really like the way how it's turning back and forth because of the brilliant moves by some of the players sometimes, and yeah, sometimes some small mistakes, but in general, it's been really interesting.
Yeah,
And as I said, from my opinion, this could have been the semi-final or final.
yeah, absolutely. I totally agree with you. And I believe we can go.
Nice. So, what do you think is going to be the determining, like what's going to be the winning moves in this one? The important parts of the race.
The important part of the race is the start. We saw this before. Start is really the most important part of the um, this race, because if you have a good start with a 4v4 start, you can have a pretty amazing advantage in the first mark, and then you can make sure that you're not making any um, problem about that. You can just
Hmm.
consolidate the position and making sure that you're not losing that position is fine for it. But to be honest, Um, in this case, we have only 20 seconds to the start, and
Oh,
in these
no,
20
got a pen.
seconds, everything can happen. I believe it's still pretty early for the penalty to be really important because still I believe some of the boat from the back can go at like full speed and get, but at the moment, ooh, Italy
And
have
here is an
one, two,
early
three,
start.
but FIV rock early start for him.
Yeah, it was looking like a brilliant start for him, but yeah, painful.
Yeah,
But Italy has 1, 2, 3, so they're looking
yeah,
strong.
they're looking really strong, but a tiny little mistake can be hugely costly for the Italian team.
Now you can see there is 3 boats following Luka Koslovic,
Yeah,
but he's making this small little tack around there and it's going out.
look
Trying
how
to find some.
split they did. The Japanese was amazing. They're like a squadron over there.
And here comes the dial down. Oh, and that's a pen on Luka Koslovic.
Yeah,
This could be turning tables around again.
yeah, definitely because
Yes.
now Italy have 7 and 8.
Mm. And this is what I like with these 2 teams fighting here. It's incredibly intense. It's amazing moves, and you could also see a lot of changes in the leaderboard. Looking forward to see what's going to happen now.
Yeah.
Maybe a pen coming up? Nope. Uh, Moro de Napoli didn't take that opportunity, but yeah, maybe they wanted to protect the left also. A bit more
Ooh,
blue.
friendly fighter between the Japanese.
Oh, that is never nice.
Yeah.
Oh, and now
And now Moro di Napoli
there's this cross.
cross with Mimui, and Taki in front of him. That's risky from
Mm,
Moro di Napoli. This is a really risky move. You put yourself in that position, and then it costs you a pen.
yeah, that was a very very tight cross for Luka Koslovic,
Yeah.
and just before Japan 985, but he just managed to pass. Now there's looks like it's a Mark Trap mayhem and friendly fire again.
Yeah.
Now on the Italian side.
Uh, if they won 5 6 once 1 5 6 7 is winning for the Japanese, but if they just take one more position, the Italian can be a game changer for them. Rocco is actually going at 32 knots while his opponent is going at 35 at the moment, going faster. So Japan 95 at the moment is in the last position, 17 for the Japanese, 19 for the Italian. Dial down from JL, penalty to KUC, and still keeping the lead, so closing the gap between the first group of Japanese and first and the group of the Italian.
Now JL77 is a bit of a tricky situation. If he can, yeah, maybe he's going to be able to save it. Sailing a little bit higher there, but it's a risky one when you get locked in like this. You
Yeah,
have to save yourself with the boundaries. Uh, but at the moment, I think GL77 needs to be even more active, giving even more pens because, yeah, can't really see how the Italians are going to be passing otherwise.
yeah. And to be honest, this is tough for JL because at the moment he's the only one who can change anything. All the rest of the Italian are really in the back, and he's the only one who can make Italy win this race or Italy lose this race.
Feels like now he's going for it. Yeah, there he goes. No, 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 he's
Put
staying a little
himself in
bit.
a really risky situation at the moment.
But look at this. Look at Kozlovic is close, close, close. Oh,
Oh,
JL DL77 just missed that one. But maybe it's friendly fire coming up. Oh yeah, there's a pen. Can the Japanese avoid a friendly fire here on the last reach? It could be a Japanese victory tonight.
yeah, it's definitely a Japanese victory, and
Very well done by the Italians also, you must say. They were fighting hard all the way into the finish line.
yeah,
And just before the last rounding of this race was when the entire match was set.
yeah,
Amazing.
yeah,
I love it when you're sitting as an audience watching it.
yeah,
How do you
absolutely.
think the players are feeling?
Pretty upset, I believe, because losing this race like this is the most important race, and losing last race like this, I do not believe is a nice thing. They were in control. They were ahead of the Japanese team, and a lot of mistakes were done, to be honest, from Italians and from all the Italians. So I believe Italian have to blame their strategy and their tactic. To be honest, to make sure that they do better next time. At the moment, the results are not showing up. Why? Sorry, okay. So we have the victory for Japan. Congratulations to Japan for 4-3. 5 point France, 1 point for Germany, still one racing missing. And I believe we can tell what will be the next match, and then the standings will be updated at the same time with France versus Germany. So you can find them on the website of the Nations Cup. If you want, I can show you slightly the standings with the points that are being assigned tonight with 4 victories, with 4 victories for Japan, 3 victory, 1 loss for Italy, and they're going 15, they're going 13. Okay, I'm going to show you the standings. We have at the moment Japan in the lead with 15 points, Italy in second position with 13, 12 points for Poland, but with one more race. France and Germany are playing right now. Definitely France is going or 13. Sorry, I believe they should have one less point, both of Italy and Japan. So Japan is 14, Italy is 12, and France can go or 14 or 13 or 12. So we will see who is going to take the second position now. Next match, it will be France against Japan. What do you think of this France against Japan? That
I
will be
think it's
next
going to be
match.
very interesting to watch. It's the same as this one, very intense. France has some very strong players like Yasser, Alex K, Julifran, and yeah, it's a brilliant team. So I think they're gonna be up there fighting hard, and I think
Mm-hmm.
it's gonna be just as exciting as this one. I hope.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. Thank you so much for watching, and from Alberto Carraro and from Christian here, and I wish you a lovely night. See you tomorrow.
Bye bye.